grade 12s. This lesson is about factorization of cubic polynomials. Cubic, it means that the first term has a cube. So how do you factorize? Why do you need that? When you are drawing cubic functions, the intercept you're going to get by factorizing. So there are different ways that you can use to factorize, but I find that this one is the easier one. The first thing that you do, write a slanting L like this. Right? In the slanting L, write the coefficient of each one of coefficient of x cubed 1, coefficient of x squared minus 4, coefficient of x 1, coefficient of 6 is a constant. You write the constant. Right. After writing like that, you take your calculator and use the factor theorem. Using the factor theorem, you find a number that is a factor there. How do you find it? You're going to substitute a number and it must give you a 0. I'm going to write it down for you to show you what you're supposed to do. But you're not supposed to write this. You do f at 1. F at 1 cubed minus 4. F at 1 squared plus 1 plus 6. You punch this in your calculator. You find that you don't get a 0, you get a 4. And it means 1 is not a factor. Then you go to the next one, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. When you punch minus 1 in your calculator, you find that you get a 0. So it means minus 1 is a factor. So you take that factor, you write it here, minus 1. Right? Do you remember I said you must not do this? You use your calculator to find the factor. Unfortunately, in your exam, this whole lot that we are doing, when they are nice, they'll give you 3 marks. So you don't have time to write a lot of things that you're not going to get marks for. So use a calculator and find it. Right? So we'll find that it's minus 1. What you do, the first term, you just drop. You write the 1 there. And then we're going to always use a number at the bottom, multiply it with that one, right on top. We dropped a 1. So I'm going to say 1 multiplied by minus 1. I'm going to get minus 1. Then you add. Minus 1 plus minus 4, I get a minus 5. Then you multiply. Minus 5 multiplied by minus 1, get a 5. 5 plus 1, get a 6. 6 multiplied by minus 1 is a minus 6. Minus 6 plus is get a 0. Very important. In the last term, you must always get a 0. If you don't get a 0, made a mistake somewhere, go back and check. Right? Then my function f at x is equals to, it's x, then I take that factor. Because my factor is x is equals to minus 1. If I write it in a bracket like that, I'm going to change the sign. It's going to be x plus 1. Then here, this will be 1x squared. Normally we don't write the 1. Minus 5x. And then plus 6. Now I have a trinomial here. Then I factorize the trinomial. If you don't remember how to factorize a trinomial, there's a video in our channel that tell you how to factorize. Because this is positive, my signs are going to be the same, and I'm going to have factors that I add up and give me that. So it's 3 and 2. Then you're done. Let's look at the second example. The second example, we're going to use g at x is equals to 6x cubed minus 11x squared minus 3x plus 2. Right. Slanting L. Let me take it down a bit so that I have enough space. Then 6 minus 11 minus 3 and 2. Then I use factor theorem. I look for the factor. Then the factor is 2. Right. After finding the factor, I drop the first one, is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. I add 12, will give me 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And 2 plus minus 1 gives me minus 1. 2 times is minus 2. Then I get a 0 and I'm happy. Then g of x. Then my first factor is this one, is x minus 2. Because it was plus, when I write it here in a bracket, it's going to be minus. Then this one is 6x squared plus x minus 1. Then I have to factorize this trinomial. I'm going to have 3x and 2x. Now 2 times, my middle term is positive, so this one must be positive and that one must be negative. If you can't factorize these easy ones, there's a video in our channel also that says factorizing prime numbers. It shows trinomials with prime numbers. It shows you how to do this quickly. Right. The last example that I'm going to show you is h at x. H at x is equal to x cubed minus 7x squared plus 36. Now they're slightly different with this one. I am missing an x. I have an x cubed and x squared. I don't have an x. Then I have a constant. You have to add that first before x cubed minus 7x squared plus 0x, then plus 36. Then I can do my slanting. My coefficient is 1 minus 7, 0, 36. Then I take my calculator, find the factor using factor theorem. I find that it's 2. Drop the first one, 1. 1 times minus 2, I get a minus 2. Then I add, I get a minus 9. Minus 9 times minus 2, I get a positive 18. Then I get an 18. 18 times minus 2, I get minus 36. Then I get a 0. Then h at x is equals to my first term, x plus 2. Then I have x squared minus 9x plus 18. Then I factorize this bracket. X. It's positive, so and this one is negative, they're both gonna be negative. Then my factors is 6 and 3. 6 times 3 will give me 18, and when I add 6 and 3, I'll get a 9. Please go watch the grade 10 videos to be able to factorize without using a quadratic formula. But there are some instances where you find that the trinomial that you get, you cannot factorize, you have to use a quadratic formula. So if you don't have to, please learn how to do it without a quadratic formula. I think this is one of the easier way of factorizing cubic functions. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe if you have not done so already, and watch more of our videos. Thank you.